So this is the Two Moods palette by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. Alright? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So I'm coming to you with a chat about the Two Moods palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. This palette retails for $64. I'm going to link it down below. And yeah, I want to talk about it. So Give Me Glow Cosmetics, if you're unfamiliar, they are an indie makeup brand. I found them on Instagram. I found them through my friend Gina. So basically their aesthetic is, I don't really know what to call their aesthetic, like if they have an identity. I would say it's pretty glam. They are really good with their single eyeshadow pans. There's another brand called Clarity, and I like to loop these two together because Clarity and Give Me Glow give the same vibes, and I believe that the owners are friends. Like I believe the owners know each other or something like that. They both have, they create palettes, other products, eyeshadows. They both have empty eyeshadow palette, like empty magnetic palettes, large palettes, but their eyeshadows are both 37mm. I really like their single eyeshadows. They are similar quality. Here's some, this is a Give Me Glow empty palette, and here's 9 of the large pan palettes. This is a combination of Clarity and Give Me Glow. Super pigmented. Really, they're dual chromes. They have dual chromes, some multi-chromes. They have just absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, Give Me Glow came out with this Two Moods palette. And this palette, and all of their palettes, both brands, the eyeshadow pans are 37mm as well. So they're giant pans. This is a 16 pan palette, and it was advertised as, again, 2 types of neutral, nude-ish palettes. And kind of separated into 4 quads. Again, 16 shades in the palette. And I really want to get into this. So the reason why I want to talk about this palette is because I think it was the concept was executed perfectly. The concept of having these mini quads inside a large palette. A lot of brands will do that, especially drugstore brands. I know Maybelline, those nude palettes that Maybelline came out with, they would have, also, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and so if the lighting is weird, it's because I'm using all my artificial lights, not my natural light. So anyway, the ring light, the lights are on, so whatever. Yeah, so, and they would, like, if you have, it would have like maybe a 10 or 12 pan palette, and then you flip it over and there may be a guide of, like, you know, distinct quads, or, you know, if you wanted to simplify the look. And a lot of times with palettes, with large palettes, a big complaint for beginners or people who just don't use large palettes all the time is kind of where to start. Looking at a large palette can be very, very intimidating in terms of how to create a cohesive look. You know, I got this palette with all these shades in it. What's my transition shade? What's my brow highlight shade? You know, the traditional, like, placement of eyeshadow colors. Granted, we can do what we want, but, you know, following a traditional guide, you know, what's my lid shade? And it can be hard to get a look. It can be hard to pick, you know, cohesive colors in one palette, especially when you're dealing with a larger palette. And I just think this Two Moods palette is, one, beautiful, has great quality eyeshadows, but it really, really simplifies and breaks down that whole breaking down a larger eyeshadow palette. And I thought it was worth talking about. So what I mean here, I think I'm gonna yeah, let's show you this way. See if I can get this palette in here. So if you look at this palette, how am I gonna hold it? First off, oh, okay. All right, here we go. So if you look at this palette, yeah, it's split down the middle. You have, on this side, there's some deeper shades. And then this side there, the pinkier and mauvier shades. Let's get into this. So I need something to point with because education time. Okay, so these are 16 eyeshadows, but they are 4 distinct quads. And it's not just that they're 4 distinct quads because, okay, you see 4 eyeshadows in each corner, but the way they set up is identical to each other. And I think it's so impressive to me. It's very simple, but it's really impressive. Eyeshadow brands will advertise that you can, you know, break this part in quads, in sections of a palette, but really, it doesn't seem like it was intentional that way. It just seems like it was an afterthought, and then you can market it that way and help to reach more users. But this was intentional. This was intentional and I respect it. Okay, so 4 distinct quads. This quad is your deep plummy quad here. Okay, that quad is your deep plummy quad. Right below the plummy quad, you have your neutral brown quad. Okay, and then over here you have your lighter pink, classic pink, pinky quad, and then you have mauves here. I will say the spread of these shades, it's not anything super colorful. It's not anything super bright. If you like neutral shades and you like pink, I would go for it. But the setup, each quad has 3 mattes and 1, they're super shiny, super metallic. I wouldn't just call them shimmer. So 3 mattes and then 1 metallic, okay? And then within the 3 mattes, you have a distinct crease shade or mid-tone shade, a distinct deeper outer corner shade, and a distinct lid shade. It takes the guesswork out of this. And I don't know why it's so simple, but it's something that I really want to talk about. So the lighter pink, the lightest shade usually is your brow highlight or your lid shade. And then you have the next shade, the next deepest shade would be your crease shade. And then no matter the order. And then this one would be your like outer corner, smudgy under the eye. And of course this can go in the lid or as a brow highlight or as an inner corner. But that's that shine, that changing the finish, changing the texture, changing the dimension of the eye with a different finish there. And the same thing over here. Okay, same thing. And here's what makes it even better. So you have one of each of those shades in each quad, but they're also in the same location. I don't know why I'm getting so geeky over this, but they're in the same location. If you look at these distinct quads, if you seriously have no clue, you know that this shade is your mid-tone in each palette and it's in the crease. This is your deepest shade in each quad, I'm sorry. And then this one is your metallic. It's in the same spot. They didn't give you one quad with 2 metallics to throw you off. Or I just love this concept. I love giant pans, but they could have done this with a regular 26mm pan. Whatever. But I am just so impressed with the intention of this. Now talking about the actual shades, this palette, it's not boring, but it's not like a rainbow palette either. I think if you want those neutrals, you want those pinkies, you want those plums, you really like that kind of vibe, I think you should go for this. This is a beautiful palette. I'm wearing it today. It is very beautiful. The quality is wonderful. The mattes are very impressive. And the metallics, honey. I mean, super, look how much light that's catching. Ridiculous. They're absolutely beautiful. The quality is there. But again, the intention of the palette. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. Hold on, I'm getting my wipe out here. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. It's giving that rosy theme. Kind of like my Melt Geminis here. With the skulls. I don't see 2 separate moods. I just see kind of light and dark. I get what they were going for. It's beautiful nonetheless. It's beautiful nonetheless. But these 4 distinct quads, I don't know. I really like this. I hope, and I don't know how much this cost to produce and if it had a return on their investment with this, but I would love to see another palette like this that may have been a little bit brighter. That may be 4 distinct quads of like colorful shades, like a blue and a purple. I think they executed it wonderfully. And yes, you can cross over quads. You can use whatever shades you want. You really can. Like, I don't think anyone believes that these are hard rules. But in case you did, you don't think they're hard rules. You can use whatever you want. Today, I used shades from 3 different quads, I believe. Because that's me. Whatever. But I don't have anything else to say, but I wanted to talk about how intentional that was. Oh, I do want to talk about one more thing. The names of these shades are probably the longest names of eyeshadow shades I've ever seen in my life. I love them. I can relate to the shades, but it's so funny. So, for example, there's a shade called Feed Me and Tell Me I'm Pretty. All right. Cute. It's a long shade name. I Miss My Bed. Can relate. Do Not Disturb. And then there's FML. Are You Still Watching? That's funny. The shade That Could Have Been a Text. I love it. I love it, but it's also some of the longest names. I really like That Could Have Been a Text. as a name and as a shade. But yeah, let me know if you plan on getting this, if you want to get it, how you feel about it. But shout out to Give Me Glow. You did a really good job with that setup. With that setup of those shades, of this palette. It just really, really impressed me, and I'm just very happy that you did it. So that's all I got to say about this one. I will link the palette down below, but I really just wanted to chat about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.